Welcome back to Patman Garage. So we are just about to say goodbye to the Coyote Swap Mustang. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of the circuits that I integrated between the control pack and the existing wiring on the car. That way, if you're trying to do this at home, obviously I'm going to have separate videos on a lot of this here, but I'm going to do a quick run through of the basic stuff here, and then I'll probably put a bunch of pop-out boxes of the different links to the different videos, the things we did if you want to see more detail about those. All right, so most recently we did the oil pressure switch down there on the side of the oil filter housing. So that is wired directly into the control pack, is wired directly into the Mustang harness, or the control pack here. And the control pack, I piggybacked the wiring from that, and I pulled that into the factory 4.6 wiring. This is going to be my crank signal that is piggybacked from the Coyote engine, running a Coyote sensor, and I'm just mirroring the signals going into the 4.6 Mustang ECM. That allows us to do the cluster RPM tachometer gauge. So we have oil pressure we talked about, RPM, coolant gauge. I have a standalone, this is a Mustang sensor running into the Mustang connector here on the engine bay, and this is going to be a factory sensor. I was having trouble with the when I did this install, I was having trouble with the Coyote sensor. I think it was actually the wiring on this side that was the problem, but anyways, we have a standalone gauge up here. This is running just for the instrument cluster inside the car, and this is just the sensor tapped into a brass T fitting. This also will show when the car is warmed up faster, because this is the reading off of the head would be going to the heater core and not seeing the factory coolant temps down there on the cylinder head over here. So I guess it's probably pretty similar, but you don't have to wait for the thermostat to open for that to start reading. So AC wiring is all original on this car. We have not tested it yet, but AC should be all intact with the original 4.6 stuff. We are running the 4.6 compressor on it with the modular bracket. We have the power steering pump, Volvo power steering pump, located down here below this headlight, and the filler neck for that is right there. So that's the overall wiring. We did relocate the battery to the trunk. So we just have our powers and grounds coming into the power distribution blocks here. And so the remote battery cable runs there, where the control pack is sending a signal for the fuel pump. I just wired it directly into the fender where the factory wiring came off of the modulated driver. So I cut that, and then I'm using the factory wiring from here all the way to the back of the car, and including the inertia switch, and then all that runs into the fuel pump to the relays for the fuel pump. So we're able to not have to run an additional wire front to back, which helps streamline that process. I think that is about it. I guess we can take a quick look in the trunk. So here is the battery, and then all the relays for the fuel pump live right in here. So those are hidden out of the way. There's enough space there without having to modify the trim panel. And then the factory inertia switch is over here on this side. Wish we had a little bit better way to run the power cable through the trunk, but we were like maxed out on length. We just didn't have enough length for placing the battery where we wanted it, as far back as we could. and then the ground just goes straight down. There's a grommet in the floor, and then we're picking up on there's a nice big frame rail bolt just on the frame rail there. So that's the overall on this car. Like I said, it's ready to get the exhaust welded up and should be ready for the drive. The control pack right now, the way the factory control pack is, almost impossible to drive the car because the throttle is ridiculously sensitive. If you just like start setting your foot on the gas pedal, it will like really start jumping the car. So we're going to work on getting some a tune for this thing as well. But for now, I appreciate you all checking out another video of mine, and I will catch you in the next one.